Welcome and thank you for joining us. Thanks, Asil. All right, so we're going to talk about stepping into law, a new career in the law field. Here at Willis College, we do have two programs. We have the Law Assistant program and the Law Clerk program. So we have done the welcome and the introductions. We are going to talk about both programs, Legal Assistant and Law Clerk. We're going to look at those a little bit in depth. We're going to talk about practicums and we're going to have a Q&A. And please remember, those questions will pop into the chat box or the Q&A. Thank you. So let's talk legal assistant. Legal assistant is the shorter of the two programs that we offer here at Willis. It is a 34-week program with a 6-week practicum. Working in a legal office, you would work as a corporate legal assistant. You might work as a criminal law legal assistant, a real estate secretary, a litigation legal assistant, legal secretary. There's so many places this could take you in just 34 weeks. And Patricia, before we move to law clerk, can you tell me a little bit about some of the skills the student will learn as a legal assistant?
Sure. So if I may say, Willis College's law or legal assistant program, in my mind, is designed with one goal in mind, and that's graduates who can walk into a law office on day one and feel confident. As a student, you wouldn't just learn theory, you would learn exactly what a legal employer expects. So you, as a legal assistant, would learn from the basics, answering telephone, filing, legal research, and then all areas of law, corporate, real estate, wills, litigation, corporate commercial. So you basically would learn everything that you need to know to fulfill your position and all steps of it, from opening file to filing documents at the courthouse. And I don't know how much further you want me to go with
That's
that one,
amazing.
but
Thank you, Patricia. I love that. We'll move to law clerk.
with a law, oh, sorry.
That's
Go
okay. The
ahead.
law clerk is 48 weeks. Practicum is 6 weeks again. So what's going to happen is you're going to learn all those legal assistant skills. And on top of that, we're going to be teaching commercial law clerk, land titles, some legal research. You could be working in a real estate office. There's so many different places. And again, I'm going to ask you, Patricia, if you could just speak about some of the skills that we upskill into law clerk. And then Paula, I have a question for you.
Absolutely. With the law clerk, you get more into in depth with the wills and estates as well as the criminal aspect. Um, and you do a lot more legal research as a law clerk than you do as a legal assistant. In Ontario, anyways, it's different in different provinces, but if we're speaking about Ontario, you would get more in depth with the legal research and wills and estates and the criminal law.
Awesome. Paula, what do you think is one of the main areas that a law clerk could start out in?
Well, as a paralegal, I run my own practice, similar to what lawyers do, but we have a very sort of limited scope as to where we can practice in. Paralegals in Ontario can practice in criminal law, in summary conviction offenses, highway traffic matters under the provincial offenses, building code violations, that kind of thing. So I think if you're going to be taking a law clerk or even legal assistant, the majority of paralegals in Ontario, and I would say about 95%, are solo practitioners. And so when you're a solo practitioner, you do reach a crescendo where you can no longer do this on your own. And I have hired law clerks and law assistants to come in and help me with my practice for the administrative part of the things, the answering the phone, some drafting involved and filing at the courthouse for all of the other duties that I don't have, time for. And a law clerk is invaluable to solo practitioners, even lawyers that are solo practitioners. A law clerk is invaluable.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula. Sarah, I know that you're a new graduate, and I'm so very proud of you for making it through the program and graduating 6-week practicum. Can you talk a little bit about what that practicum was like?
Yeah, of course. And thank you. I feel like I worked really hard, but I mean it's all because of Patricia. So honestly, like 10 out of 10. The practicum, so I had found my own placement. I was doing my practicum in personal injury law. I'm actually hired and I work with them now. The first couple days I was kind of nervous, but everybody was my firm is really small. Everybody was super welcoming. It was like, okay, because you're so new, how are we going to mold you into something that would be easier for us to function? So the first 6 weeks, it was like right out of the gate, okay, this is what we need to teach you. This is where you need to go. And I've been doing it ever since. It's been phenomenal. And any questions I've ever had always get answered. So it's not like you're ever by yourself. There's always somebody there supporting you. So I mean, you got to put your best foot forward and really try and find something you're interested in. But honestly, like I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Next slide, please, Asil. Here we go. Yeah, everybody picked the right answer. That's awesome.
I think there is another one. I will move on with the next one. Here we go.
Wow,
And
this is a good crowd tonight, Asil. We're
yes,
running at 100% right now.
I think there's one more. Let's see if we get 11 again on this one. And let's take a look. Number 3 coming up. This is a different version.
Ooh, this one might be harder. Uh-oh.
So
And this one caught some people out a little. I might have been one of them.
I think now we have one more coming up, but we have a couple slides to go, or maybe one slide to go. I'll
Perfect.
pass it over to you.
Okay.
There we go.
So, what makes the Willis College legal program unique? Let me tell you, I need like 30 slides for this, so we put it all in one, as much as we could. One of the really, really cool things about our program at Willis College is that you're going to learn the laws for the province that you reside in and are likely going to work in. If you're in Alberta, there's no point us teaching you Ontario law. It's not really going to help you in your career. So we want to make sure that if you're in Alberta, you're going to learn the Alberta side of the law. If you're in Nova Scotia, you're going to learn that side. And that's why we have an incredibly talented instructor, because she has to navigate all those different provinces and all those different laws and make sure that you know which one is which. Lots of hands-on training. It is really important to us here at Willis that you actually can do the task, not just book read the task. There's no point if you don't know how to fill out the form, and we're going to ask Sarah about that in a minute. Your practicum is going to be in a legal environment. Now, we're very lucky. Sarah was able to arrange her own practicum, but we do have a full team of career and employment specialists whose job it is to help you find a practicum. So you're not on your own when it comes to this. What we do want, though, is to try and find out what area of law you enjoyed the most while you were in class. Because we don't want to put you in a practicum for real estate if it's the area in class that you hated the most, got the worst mark in, and just aren't interested in, because it's not going to be a fun practicum and it's not going to lead into the career that you're looking for. So we do ask you to start working with our practicum coordinators very early in your program so that we can ensure you have a full resume, all of your transferable skills, that we're prepping you for interview. We're looking in your area for a law office that's going to suit your needs and be able to help you navigate your future career. Our instructor, as I mentioned earlier, 20 plus years of experience. Patricia, what is the number? Because I know it's way more than 20.
Well, you're aging me now, so
Well, no, it's because you've stayed so young.
I'd say 31 years.
Yeah, I figured it was 30 because it's 30 for me. So I figured you and I are super close. So
I graduated from my legal course when I was 17 years old, so
that
and
means you're only 45. That's amazing. Well done. See,
I
you aged
wish.
beautifully.
I wish.
And then, of course, we also have our online delivery of the legal program. What this means is that we can take students coast to coast in Alberta or in Willis, from Alberta to Nova Scotia, BC. We even have some students from Nunavut right now in Willis College online, which is really exciting. We like to think that we're now coast to coast to coast because we've gone up and across. Super exciting. And we're going to talk about that flexible attendance in just a few minutes. But first, I want to go back to Sarah and I want to find out about your in-class experience, Sarah. How was learning in the online environment?
Okay, well, I will like to. I'm excited for you to talk about the flexible hours because that was so convenient. I felt like I could have my own life and also do school at the same time, so it was wonderful. But it was such a like, I don't know. I also did university at one point, and honestly, I preferred going to the college. The things that we were given, it wasn't just, I found at everywhere else, it was like, here's the textbook, take the work, kind of get it done. And in the program that I was in, like it was always like, okay, here's what we have to learn. We have to actually do it. And it helps so much in my current career because everything that I'm doing, I'm like, hey, I've done this. Hey, I know how to do this, which is crazy because I explain it to one of the clerks that I've been working with, and she's been doing it for almost 10 years now. And she's like, I didn't know that when I first started. So it's wonderful. Everything that we learned, I've actually been applying to my job, and I've never had the opportunity to do that before. So I really like the learning style.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Nick, could you talk about our flexible schedule and attendance requirements?
Absolutely. So the students must attend 4 live sessions per week on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays with 2 hours of live sessions. The hours are flexible. So the students get to choose two time options: the morning sessions on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or one of the evening sessions on Mondays and Thursdays. So I'm giving you the hours for Ontario, and then you could find the same time in other provinces. For the morning sessions, we're looking at 10 o'clock in the morning till noon on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And for the evening sessions, we're looking at 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, Eastern Time. The students will pick 2 mandatory days out of 4, and it will be a combination of synchronous and asynchronous learning. Last but not least, every Sunday, the students must submit an assignment.
Awesome. So just to make sure that everyone understands, because it is a little bit complicated when you first hear it, there are 5 attendance check-ins a week. You're going to come to class 2 nights or 2 days a week for 2 hours. So that could be 2 evenings, 2 mornings, a morning and an evening, whatever works with your schedule. So you're going to come to 2 2-hour classes. On the other 2 classes, you can do a discussion post. There might be a short quiz or a little bit of a project. And you're also going to be able to listen and read every single lesson. So all of the classes are recorded on Zoom and transcribed for you. It's pretty great having the recordings and the notes, right, Sarah? Yeah, it's so fun. So that means on the 2 days that you don't have to go, you just have to listen to the recording and read the transcription. Every Sunday is deliverable day. So that means you're always going to have an exam or a project or an assignment that's due on Sunday. Now, the good news is you have until 11 o'clock on Sunday. So again, that flexible schedule piece where you can find time on Sunday to finish up whatever you had for the week and then hit the submit button. That will make more sense as you navigate school, but the really important piece is that there are 5 check-ins, 2 live attendance days, 2 discussions, quizzes, projects, whatever the instructor has picked, and then your deliverable day, which is Sunday. Awesome. Thank you, Asil.
There might be one more question coming up.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
And I went and closed mine. I'll have to open it again. Oh, there it is. I'm pretty competitive, so I don't like losing, just so everyone knows. What makes the Willis College legal programs unique? Ooh. Here we go. All of it. Every single one of these answers is right. You're going to learn the laws from your province, hands-on training with real case studies and legal forms, practicums in the legal environment, an instructor with over 20 years. Now we know it's actually over 30. I might change the slide for next time. And online delivery with flexible learning options. Every answer is correct. Well done, everybody. So here is the flexible schedule. 2 evenings, Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, these are in Eastern Time Zone, which is Ontario. If you live in a different province and you don't know how to work it out, drop it in chat. We'll tell you what those times look like. We're quite used to it now. I have to use my fingers, but we can still do it. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the mornings from 10 until noon. We have tried to pick these hours to work around school drop-offs and pick-up, full-time work, all of those pieces so that we can really be flexible. Sunday is the exam assignment submission day, deliverable day is what I like to call it. And then on optional days, you're going to do discussion posts. See what days you would pick. Drop in the chat. Would you do Monday and Thursday, Monday and Tuesday, Tuesday and Wednesday? What days would you come to school on Zoom into your virtual classroom? There's 5 attendance check-ins and all classes are recorded and transcribed. I'm excited to see Jordan, Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. I love that. It's a great time to come. Still fresh, lots of caffeine, perfect time. Who else? Who else can tell me what days they might pick if they were thinking of coming to school on this fabulous flexible schedule? We can move to the next slide while people are typing still. Monday and Thursday, those would definitely be my choices. I'm a bit more of an evening person, in case no one's noticed. I'm a mum with 5 kids. Jordan, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Well done for coming to school, my love. And Michelle, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Michelle likes the mornings. Good job. And let's talk about support. So we truly, truly understand at Willis that coming to online, learning online, very difficult. It's a very difficult way to learn. And to do it successfully, you need to be supported. And I hope that Sarah can agree with me in that we do have a lot of support options, lots of people who are there to find ways to make things better. So one of the first people you will meet will, of course, be your admissions advisor. They're going to be the person who's going to help get you started in school. Then you would meet your enrollment coordinator, and she's going to make sure that you have all of your questions answered, that everything you need to know about being in school is very clear. You understand expectations, your attendance, all of those beautiful things. 10 days before you start school, we're going to do orientation. We do it 10 days before because at that point, we're going to get you logged into your student portal. You're going to get to see what being in class looks like. And you have some opportunities to do some pre-work if you need to, just to feel that you're the most prepared you could possibly be. We also run the week before school starts, student success workshops. We run 3 to 5 of those a week in the week before your start date. And these, again, are really about trying to ensure that you're set up for success. We talk about time management, about note taking. We show you how to open your books because they're ebooks. We talk about some of the things you're going to learn as you're navigating your programs. One of your major supports is your student coordinator. Your student coordinator is the person who's going to send out reminders that the assignment is due or follow up to see how you're doing in those first few days. They're going to run the study hall, which is a great place for you to go. I think they do 3 study halls a week where you can just come if you need time to focus and you find being at home. I know I study horribly at home because the TV, the dogs, maybe I just want to go for a drive and I really should be reading my book. So the idea of study hall is a great way to come in, focus for an hour, 2 hours, whatever you need, and then move on again with the fabulous things that you do in life. You're also going to have a faculty head. They're going to be part of your support team. You're going to be making sure that your schedule is working, that your Moodle, which is your learning management system, is doing everything that you need it to do. Of course, you have your instructor. Your instructor is there to teach you for your live classes. The instructor is also there for office hours every day. So she's going to make sure that you, again, if you have any questions, maybe you did the recording on Thursday and you're like, I don't understand what we talked about. And I want to be ready for Monday. You can reach out during office hours, talk to the instructor, get it nice and clear in your head, and then you're ready to go. Practicum and Career Coordinator, you're going to be working with you very closely, very early on, because again, we want to make sure that you have that resume, your interview skills. We're working with you to find out where you live, what your practicum choices might be, all of those things that are going to make what lies ahead more exciting. In some of our programs, not in legal at this time, we do have teaching assistants who are also available during office hours. And then we have this really, really cool app that we ask all of our students to download. So this app is actually called Guard Me, used to be called Keep Me Safe. And it is available to all students free of charge. It is an app that really helps with mental health. We really want you to think about if you're struggling, you're stressed, we get it. Holding down a job, looking after 5 kids, Jordan, coming to school, all of the things that come along can sometimes feel really overwhelming, really stressful. Maybe there's just something that's just you can't get past and you need someone to talk to. The Guard Me app is the perfect place. You are able to phone, text, or set up live meetings with counselors who can talk you through almost anything. And one of the really cool things is they can do it in something like 25 different languages. So we encourage all of our students to make sure that they have this app. Every week it'll send you, how to deal with stress this week. Have you eaten? Making sure you've got nutrition choices, all of these really cool things to support you on this journey. Because again, we do understand how hard it is to juggle all the pieces of life. Willis College also encouraged students who are midway through their program to become tutors for new students. Really, really important that students feel supported. And we recognize that sometimes the office hours or the instructor hours just don't work with your life, but maybe there's a student who can meet you at 10 o'clock at night because that's when you're free to do your homework. In which case, we would hire them as a tutor. They do get paid minimum hourly rate up to 10 hours a week to help you to be your peer and to help you through the program. So it's a full of support all the way through the program, start to finish. Thank you, Sil. Oh, what else? My Lord, have I not done this already? Every day the instructor has office hours. 1 or 2 hours every single day. You can pop in to see your instructor, qualify any kind of information that you might need, ask questions, maybe review an assignment, whatever is needed. You also have the ability to email all of your support staff, and you can do that directly from your student portal. You don't have to memorize anything, you don't have to do anything. You go to your student portal, you click on support, you see the name of the person you need, and you send them an email. Now, we do ask for 24 hours for the staff to get back to you. Apparently, we're supposed to let them sleep and eat. I didn't know that at the beginning. I thought it was okay for them to answer you at 2 in the morning, but apparently it's not. So please be patient. They do need sleep. Again, all live lectures are recorded and uploaded into the classroom for you about an hour after live class ends. They're also all transcribed, so we even take your notes for you. There's also this really cool thing in your class that will read to you. It's called Read Speaker. What that means is if you are, maybe you're washing the dishes or bathing the kids, but you still want to study and hear what's going on, set up your laptop, hit the Read Speaker. It will read the PowerPoint, read the assignment, read it out loud to you. You can pick the voice, male or female. And so you can still get work done in this nice, flexible way. I hope that that makes what we do here at Willis sound absolutely amazing, because we believe it absolutely is. Practicums. So as I mentioned, we do have our practicum and career specialists. So a practicum, I like to think of a practicum as a really long interview. 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. One of our programs is even 16 weeks. Now that's a long interview. But it is a chance for you to showcase these fabulous new skills that you learned, show them how amazing you are and all of the great things that you learned. We want this to lead, maybe not to a job at your practicum site, but to a reference to the place where you want to be. And it's really important. So we're going to work with you on that practicum. We're going to make sure your resume is updated. Again, those interview skills, super important. We're going to do live interview, virtual interview, because we don't know how the employer might want to interview you. We're going to talk about how to find jobs in the hidden job market. It's a big, big market. You will have your own practicum and employment coordinator who's going to work with you. I think in the law clerk and legal assistant, they start about the 3 to 4 month mark and work their way through. At Willis College, we also have the lifelong learning program. Sarah, this is fun for you. So I know that you're working in a very specialized area. Well, say in a few years, you want to expand your skills and you were thinking maybe you wanted to do real estate. You haven't done it for a few years because you've been working in injury law. You can come back to Willis at no charge and retake the real estate module so that you're feeling really confident to take that new job, new position, maybe get promoted, whatever that looks like. We have you come into the class, you do all of the reading, the assignments, just get nice and fresh with that skill again so that you're able to move on. There's no charge for that. That is part of lifelong learning. We want you to be sure that as you move through your career, you can always come back and relearn a skill that you had but maybe didn't use. Paula, can you tell me some of the things you would look for on a resume from a legal assistant or law clerk?
Sorry, I had my mic off. For me, what I look for is a lot of soft skills. So I can teach you what I need you to do in my office, what you've learned and where you've gone to school. But each individual, whether it be a solo practitioner or you go to a bigger firm, they're going to have different expectations. I look for the soft skills, the personable skills. You're going to be answering my phones. You may be dealing with my clients up front before I get to them for initial interviews. And I'm always looking for personable, well put together, verbally able to, connect with the client and get them into an office for, interviews and potentially become the client. One of the big things I look for also is you'll find that a lot of practitioners, whether they be lawyers, especially the smaller ones and solos, are they're working from home. So flexibility, doing Zooms with your principal, who you work for, whatever, are you able to, work with very little, hands-on experience in, if we don't have bricks and mortar offices, a lot of us anymore, a lot of our tribunals are online. So, having gone to school online, you're going to be very well cognizant of, and well versed in this online format. So I think that would lend itself very well. And so I always look for the personable skills of the student, and where, if they're coming in as a second career, what have they done before? Right. So it all lends itself and blends itself in that way. And that's what I look for mostly.
Awesome. Thank you, Paula. The importance of soft skills and transferable skills, definitely something our practicum and career coordinators really, lots of students, so I don't have anything for my resume, I haven't been working. There's lots of skills that you have that sometimes we're not even aware of. So,
The mother
so
of 5
great.
children. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
A
Sarah, how
multitasker.
did you find the experience working with our practicum coordinators? I know you found your own practicum, but I'm hoping that we still helped you with resume and all of the other pieces that you needed.
My mic was also broken. Yeah, no, everybody was phenomenal. Like you said, they started, I think, about the 4 month mark, and it was kind of like, okay, let's put out some feelers. What do you like? What don't you like? Is there anything you'd kind of be interested in pursuing? And then up into me finding my own placement, there was still like everybody was attempting to find a placement for me. It was kind of like the whole time I knew that I wasn't alone. So there was always something to fall back on. And like I said, everybody was wonderful. Everybody was super, super nice. They were all understanding and they were super flexible with anything that, like, if I needed to take a phone call at, super late, it was always like, okay, when can we make this work for you? So everybody, like, I wouldn't recommend it enough.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Let's go to the last, I think it's the last slide. What's next? So for those of you who haven't already talked to admissions, we highly recommend making an appointment. Once you've talked to admissions, we would then make a finance appointment. Both of these programs are eligible for student loan. And then, of course, it would be over to the lovely and talented enrollment coordinator to look after you. So I hope that you're ready. I hope that you're excited. Imagine if you started school now, this time next year, you could be Sarah. How amazing would that be? Thank you for being here, Paula. It's been a pleasure. I hope that we meet again. Um, Patricia, Asil, and Nick, you see me on a daily basis, and I apologize for that all the time. And Sarah, whatever lies ahead for you, I hope it is everything that you need, deserve, and want in your career, my love. Well done and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Please take care. Good night.